Away from the glamour of the silver screen, real bullets in real people are truly devastating.
It causes a little teeny hole as it goes in, but as it exits, it may have an injury that's 7 inches across because of the fact that it's causing a blast effect of the surrounding tissues.
Steve Kern knows all about gunshot wounds. Florida has over 600 gun deaths a year. That's more than the rest of the developed world combined.
Most people that are struck by a bullet are not struck in the act of some type of gangland violence or even related to some kind of criminal act. What we see is a lot of people come in having been shot by a disgruntled girlfriend, wife, husband, or boyfriend.
The country that gave us the Western is also the country where there are 200 million guns. That's one for every citizen. Hollywood, it ain't.
You know, people often wonder if we spend a great deal amount of time fishing around for bullets. You know, like in the movies, you're always in there and the bullet comes out and they drop it in and ding, and you think, oh, he's going to get well. We don't spend any amount of time looking for the bullet. In fact, most of the bullets are embedded somewhere that's not accessible without going through vital structures, potentially. So we leave the bullets alone unless they just reveal themselves to us.
Steve and his colleagues have a remarkable success rate with their gunshot patients. Only 10% die. But death is not the only problem brought about by the gun.
I think there's clearly a randomness to the outcome of a gunshot wound, depending on where the path of the bullet. If it goes through your heart, it may be the end of you. One person was shot in the head. It went basically in and out, didn't even cause a skull fracture. He went home. We had a woman last week that was shot a single time in the neck and ended up a quadriplegic. The old dirty Harry question, do you feel lucky? All right, I mean, I guess that's really what it comes down to, and nobody likes to have their existence based on luck.
But thankfully, the odds are shortening. In the same way that Formula One motor racing supposedly provides the ordinary motorist with innovations like traction control, the trickle-down effect of war on civilian life has meant new surgical techniques, cleverer bandages, and state-of-the-art clotting agents. These innovations are, of course, good news for all of us. Not least because when your traction control fails and you end up speared on something sharp, the chances are that you'll owe your survival to the gun. However, although the theatre of war has given us new techniques for dealing with trauma, keeps on coming up with new and improved methods for inflicting it. Seems that very soon a bullet wound will need much more than a doctor. Because if the manufacturer's promotional materials to be believed, the gun has moved on.
Metal Storm takes ballistics from a 19th century mechanical operation to 21st century electronics with unprecedented performance, reliability, control, and safety.
Safety? Metal Storm makes Maxim's tree-felling machine gun look about as scary as a pointed stick. This gun, though the word gun seems somehow inadequate, has the unprecedented firepower of 1 million rounds a minute. It uses an electronic firing system, so the gun can be programmed to fire the bullets in pretty patterns,
or can overlap in flight like a tight swarm of bees.
Those would be safe bees, you understand. Of course, if you're having a really bad day, you could just empty the entire hive in one go.
A single soldier can carpet the target area with 1,800 grenades, plus 360 heavy mortar rounds in just 0.25 seconds. Enough to overwhelm a very serious threat.
And that's the future, the video game generation playing games with real weapons, just like at home. Computer, joystick, huge gun.
Stand by, mark. Guns up.
Certainly, it's unlikely that the soldier of tomorrow will do anything quite so tacky as actually hold his weapon. So, there we have it. An invention that has certainly changed the world. But for better or for worse? On the upside, we have street lighting, mass production, and advances in surgery. On the downside, an awful lot of dead people, and of course, no quagga. In a way, though, gun, good or bad, is a pointless question, because it's here to stay. Don't worry, though, soon only good people are going to be allowed to use them.
Introducing the world's first totally electronic handgun. This electronic ballistics technology can protect police officers by preventing a criminal from shooting an officer with their own gun.
Strangely, though, for me, this does represent a very small light at the end of the tunnel. Because computerizing the gun might change the world in a way that none of us were expecting. No more military coups, no more assassinations, possibly even no more war. Why? Well, if you put a simple mechanical device like this in the hands of a human, you've got a lethal combination. You put a computer in charge, it'll break down all the time. Good night.
It might be best known as a holiday destination, but behind the seafront there's another side to Southend in Essex, which is explored in Tower Block Dreams on BBC Three now.